Please work. For the love of Christ. Please work. I'm doing this from literally on an island. Hi guys. Yeah, just let me know if I'm here or anything. That'd be like if you could hear me or see me, that'd be muchly appreciated. Long time no see. What the fuck am I doing? Well, I've got some news to tell everybody. I've run away to another country again. I'm really trying to betray my golden green country of Australia and blessings, hey Donde, how's it going? Yeah, you'll never guess where I am. I'm in New Zealand. If you look behind me, you will see New Zealand. If you look beside me, you will see New Zealand. If you look to my right, there's New Zealand. Okay, I'm amusing myself. What is that up, everybody? Whips, how's it going? Hey, Cody. Hey, Michael. Hello. Great quality. Ah, brilliant. All right, yeah, you let me know, eh? Like if it's working out or not. All right. Mm. I'm just like I'm not even like drunk. I'm still sober. I really need to do something about that, eh? So I'm gonna do a special little thingy because I'm gonna wait out New Year's. I'm very excited. It's gonna be in the next 34 minutes in this part of the world. So I'm gonna kick it off with Mr. Armstrong doing it best. And we're gonna listen to what I believe may be the first phone call, not the first phone call, let me start that again, but the one of the earlier calls of the Blue Boy saga. So I actually combed through all of the most recently uploaded videos from on Blue Boy's channel, and I had a spreadsheet labeling the dates and like counting one, two, like which one's the first. So I think I got it. All right, I did this for you. All right, I did this for me as well, but mostly for you, okay? Because I think because I did hear on a couple occasions that it would be nice for Blue Boy to produce like a playlist. Not, I'm not saying, like massive kudos to Blue Boy and the entire catfishing team. I just thought like maybe I could, lend a little bit of my extremely spare time to do it. So anyway, enough with this. You're having a wee coffee. I've got my wee coffee too. Look, it's my Kiwi mug. All right, let's get this shit started.
So what happened with Bryce today?
Is that loud?
Well,
Why?
the
There
picture
we
that
go.
I sent
This should
you
work now.
with me in bed with no shirt on,
Hmm.
he, he wanted to discuss that. I said, "What's there to discuss?" I said, "I didn't show any of my private parts." I said, "I showed my upper part." I said, "There's nothing wrong with that."
Just an FYI. Just an FYI. I have heard all of them, all of these calls, but I forgot a lot of them too. Because New Zealand is keeping me busy. You can see with the ferns behind me.
So is he looking
He
at
said, "Well,
everything we're saying to each other?
I think they see everything.
Hmm.
Well,
So what?
whatever is on my screen, well, he, I found out basically what the problem is
What is the problem,
because
Lorne? Tell us.
it, he wants me to have a healthy relationship,
No, that's
and
not.
he sees
Mm-mm.
that I've been having all this stuff to do with these people from the Church of God.
All right. I didn't want to have to be the one to say this, but I think our boy misunderstood what our boy Bryce wanted from him. Nobody, not a single living nor dead soul, has ever told Lorne, we want to see you in a face-to-face relationship with one of the girlfriends, one of the many girlfriends, in fact, you had on the internet, especially not from the Church of God. Not that's not happened. That's not a thing that happens. I'm sorry. I mean, Church of God, exactly. I love the way he says it like in one word, but it's not happening. And I mean, I'm not sure. Like, what do you reckon the actual probation officers actually told him? What do you reckon it was? Was it something like we want him we would rather have you meet people in person? What was it? I'm not sure. How did he get that wiring? Because I feel like he picked out exactly what he wanted. Happy New Year, sad face.
And even though Jamie didn't have anything to do with the Church of God, but she knew.
So this is a very, very early on in the Casey and Lorne relationship when Jamie was still very much so a real person in his brain,
The other people that
obviously.
were involved in that. And there's them, and then there's you that had to deal with this thing.
Now, probation isn't there to get him to get him sucked off. Let's just say that. It's not what they do. No, no, afraid not. He treats probation like, his what do you call it? Like those matchmakers, but the kind of matchmakers that just don't help. They don't actually find him a GF.
So
Yeah.
it's like he's connecting all that and thinking that because I'm having to do something to do with with all these people that I'm not having anything
Yeah,
something
right, don't
helping.
they? Wouldn't you want to be in a real
And
relationship?
I told him I said, you know, Bryce, I said she's 36 years old now. I said
She's
she's
way too
not
old for me.
playing. I said I can't blame her for what I did wrong. And I said I can't. Well, then I told him about Chris Hansen, about Chris emailing me. I told him, I said, I asked, I told Chris that if he talked to Casey, and then to give her my emails so that I can apologize to her.
Hmm.
And well, he said he said that's probably not even Chris Hansen, and that's probably not even the real Casey Morrow. I said, well, Bryce, I got their IDs. I said I
Yeah.
won't talk to anybody anymore without their IDs, so that way I know that it's them that I'm talking to.
And remember, guys, somebody's legit. Like, you can count on someone's ID being valid if you put, or if they particularly put their return address on a parcel they send you. Because normally people wouldn't lie about that.
Because of what
Hmm.
happened before with Winnie pretending to be you.
That's too
And
bad.
actually that idea came from my other probation officer.
Dad.
What the hell is his
Ned.
name? The one I didn't like.
You guys, I didn't tell you the worst thing that happened to me during Christmas. I forgot about this story. Okay, really off topic. This is something I really wanted to share to everyone. Okay, so you know how like pornography has ruined my life, yeah? Um, I was I was having dinner with my family on Christmas, and there were minors. I was sitting next to my 17-year-old cousin, and then right across the table was my 16-year-old cousin, and then next to me was my 14-year-old cousin, soon to be 14. It sounds really bad when I say that. Okay, so my 17-year-old cousin, who is really into cars, like stupidly into cars, like massively into it, he was talking about how he wants one of the first car that he wants to buy on his own. And he'd be talking about that the entire dinner, like it was nonstop. And he said, um, um, something about the transmission, how he wants to swap it out. And I said, maybe it's other transmission, maybe it's like, I said, maybe it's other transmission, maybe it's some little thing. And then he's like, um, he said something in car language again, and then I'm like, I mean a transmission. And then I followed up with, oh, what? Yeah. And it just started dawning on me like that nobody would have gotten my joke, and I was not prepared to tell people where I got that joke from. And I felt weird about it. I just felt weird. Anyway, yeah, that was my, yeah, that was a very strange Christmas for me internally,
Like Maria.
Hmm.
Yeah, that idea came from her.
Yeah,
And so as soon as
probably
I told
some
him that I
little
had
thing.
your ID and I had Chris's ID, he didn't know what to say then, except for I think that Chris has a felony. And I
Dang.
told him, I said, yeah, that's what Bryce said to me. And I said, I don't think it's a felony. I think it's a misdemeanor because of his check thing,
Mhm.
and his bouncing the checks, writing bad checks. I told him, I said, I think it's a misdemeanor. He said, you hold on a minute, I'll look it up on Google. And he said he looked it up on Google right then and said that it was a felony. Whether it really is or not, I don't know. He could just be saying that, but it doesn't seem to me like it's a felony.
That's awesome, Donde.
So that means you
But
can't talk to him.
yeah, that means I can't talk to Chris.
Oh
So
wow.
which is fine. Yeah, which is fine because I don't want to talk to Chris anyway.
I think he
But
does.
that's basically what
I don't know.
Bryce's problem is because he wants to see me in a healthy relationship. And I told him, I said, you know, Bryce, my crime has to do with minors. I said, I don't understand what's going on with you having a problem with me talking to people that are of age because all I've
Yeah, but here's the thing, Lauren, like probation obviously knows that you are a danger to a lot of people, not just minors. Minors more so, but not to all. But to all folks. It's just you just give off that vibe, Lauren. Just walking near people, you put them in danger of their lives. I don't quite get it myself. Um, how he seems to, again, misunderstand that probation is not wanting him to get his dick wet, right? Like that's not what the story is. But you know, you know, it's our boy Long. What can I say? Nothing unique.
done is talk to people that are of age. He said that well,
As long as
he
they look
understands
young, it's fine.
that my crime is with minors, but part of probation and classes job is to see I have healthy relationships. And I don't know what the hell that has to do with what my charge is, but
He is the
that's what
danger.
that's what the discussion with him today was about. That he
Yeah.
wants to know about
Hey, I have to sup a biscuit.
job.
Yeah,
Did
Yeah.
I
the
have.
boys
It's been a
talk to you
while.
though?
No, they haven't wanted me to talk to anybody on from the internet. Well, since actually since I went on YouTube and found out all that crap about Church of God.
Mhm.
They haven't
So
wanted me to
is your
talk to
lawyer
anybody since.
getting you out of class still?
Oops. Shit. What the fuck did I do?
He's trying to, yes. I told him that I wanted out of class.
Please, please. He's lawyer trying to get him off. Yeah, okay, like that's you'd be better off getting to walking to Mars lawn, honestly. Yeah, no, yeah, no, of course not, ex Derek. And hello, ex Derek. No, he wouldn't have survived Jam Pop. Someone definitely would have gutted him with a toothpick. So,
Because
How's he trying?
that's not a reason.
oh my gosh,
I don't know what he's doing, but
YouTube.
well,
You don't even know.
there's there was one thing that he said to me that made complete sense. Is that he's gonna ask them if I seem like I'm a threat to the public,
Oh yeah,
which is
yeah.
the whole reason of being in the class and on probation. And it's obvious what their answer is going to be because they know I'm not a threat to the public.
But what if they
So,
say you are?
well, then they'll have to prove it. And how are they going to prove
Okay.
that when I haven't done anything wrong other than them incarcerating me for drinking beer? That I haven't drank beer for.
He's not drunk. And, well, I mean, lifetime. What is that? What does that even mean? Like it's a day as a lifetime to a fruit fly. Cody. You got to think of it that way. You got to think. Lifetime is such a relative term. Like lifetime could mean like, as I said, a day for a fruit fly or a butterfly or like how long can them what's another really short lifespan for an animal? Mantis, praying mantis. I don't know how long they live for, but Males of the species don't get a good rap. I'll tell you that. It's not a good one. You know. But yeah. I mean, yeah. For him, I mean, look, it, I think. I mean, isn't it like saying like, at some point it's actually stated that Lorne can, that you can get a lifetime. I'm pretty sure, but I'm pretty sure you can't be, a habitual danger to people and to society as a whole. So sorry for the ugly background, guys.
Well, it's been 2 years. 2 years since
See if I
August.
can make my thing
Since the last
smaller.
time.
There we go. Bye.
2 years and what's this?
I'll just be here
November,
in the
August,
middle.
September, October, November. So two
There we
years
go.
and 3 months I haven't had anything to drink.
Wow.
I've wanted to have a beer.
Oh
I've
yeah, I
wanted to
bet.
have a
I
beer,
bet,
but
Lorne.
I'm like,
I
no,
bet.
because it'll bite me in the
What
ass
happens
if I
if you
do.
have
So,
one?
I don't know where to put myself.
What
Nah, I'll
happens
put
if you
myself
have
here in the
one?
middle.
well, if I have one and they bring it up on the lie detector test, and it comes up that I lie, even though I don't believe in the lie detector test
Oh, you
at
don't
all.
believe in the lie detector test. Well, it's funny he said he don't believe in the lie detector test only when he says he's lying. Obviously, right? But then on the flip side, that document that he got from his psychiatrist or whatever it was, and was saying like, oh, this document will exonerate me, and then now he's like, oh, they fucking lied. You, he's so dumb. He's so stupid. It's actually insulting. We're not of the same species. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anyone like, tries to tell me. We are not of the same. We're not related in on the. We're a completely different breed of everything. I refuse.
But if it
Yeah,
does, and I
probably
have a
Oreo.
guilty
Yeah.
conscience of it, then I'm not gonna
I don't
I'm
know.
not gonna lie about it because
I'm a big smoker
it would have
myself.
been true.
I'm gonna put myself in the corner here. Let's see
How
what
often
So
happens
do
if
they
I
give
do
you
that.
those?
Hang on, I'm gonna play around with some
it used
images.
to be once a year.
I have to do something
Now
with my
it's
hands.
once every 6 months.
Doing-
So
Huh.
why they changed that? I don't know why they changed that.
How do I
You
make my?
haven't failed any of them or anything?
There we go.
Oh yeah, I failed them. That's why I don't believe in them. I'd actually
Has
tell
it
them the
failed?
truth. Oh yeah, because I'd tell them the truth, and I knew it was the truth. And they came up that I failed, and I'm like, it ain't no.
Right, yeah, exterior. It's literally that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be reduced if he, actually showed improvement or at least showed any kind of signs of progress. Remember, guys, this fella, not me, don't worry, but that fella that I'm looking at on the screen right now, has been in rape class for 10 years. And you know what he has learned in 10 years? He has learned that kids are vulnerable. You know? I think he's onto something.
Fucking way that I could
I
have
don't know what I'm
failed
doing with
that.
this image. Shit.
I failed it a couple of times.
You know,
That's why it doesn't make any sense to me. But that's why they can't use it in court because you can. Even
When's
if
your
you
next
move a
one?
little bit. My next one is actually
Here
December
we
7th.
go.
I
Here we
just
go.
actually didn't. I think I told you, didn't I?
No.
No,
Maybe
it
I
don't
didn't tell
work.
you. I think it was last week that she called me. I think
What'd
it was
you
last
fail
week
your
that she
last
called.
ones for?
They asked if I had seen any images of uh,
Nah,
any nude images of minors, and I told them no. And that's the one that really pissed me off because I knew I had.
you knew he hadn't. I know I hadn't. It's such a weird thing. If you think about it for a second, like, um, when you know something, you usually relatively don't need to exclaim that you know that you've done something. Like, I know I did. Oh, I know I did. But I don't know. It's just a very strange phrasing. You know what I mean? Like, and wait a minute, didn't he say that he did see? a little bit of that at some point. He did say that. He did say, so like this is the story be changing all the time. I don't know. I mean, shit. If I had a $5 piece of money for every time that Lon changed his story, I would have $75. You know.
They said that I
Oh.
failed that. But what happened? Well, see, I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any in years. I mean, since
In
actually,
years.
yeah, well,
And
since
at least 10.
actually since no images of, it was actually they're actually real because it was back when I used to watch my nieces and nephews and all them. That's the last
You're
time I ever
freaking out. What?
seen.
Literally the same reaction I had as Casey did. She's like, what? Excuse me? Yeah, like that was a shock to the system, to say the least. But yeah, the fact that he was, he was like, well, I didn't see anything weird like that. Well, if you count me watching my nieces and nephews, strange thing to say. Mind you, it's not like that they were little kids, They were what, like 8, 9?
The last time I ever seen a kid naked was back when I seen
Oh yeah. Cody, he thinks he's a genius at explaining shit away. He thinks he can just like, oh yeah, it's like, how did this fucking idiot not get? Like, how does he not fucking know that it's like nobody believes him. Nobody believes him. It's just like it's like he doesn't have it's yeah, he forgets that everything he says is BS. Like this is it's narr it oh anyway. I feel like I'm beating a fucking like he's a horse that is not all it's gone past the horse now. It's not a dead horse. It is part of the mud, you know?
used to live with my nieces and nephew. I used to have them all the time.
Right. Yeah,
That was way back
exactly, Oreo.
almost 20 years ago, or over 20 years ago. That's the last time I've ever seen a kid naked.
Mhm.
So
You said it's been
for
years
them, it's been
since the
years
last time
and years
you
and
saw
years and years.
any.
Yeah.
Remember guys to be watching sorry, let me start that again. Helping his nieces and nephews shower.
Yeah.
He refuses to believe that
So,
nobody believes him, right?
well,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
gotten sick from in the class before, or
Well,
after being
how
in
old
the
were
class.
they?
Um, how old are they now?
Were they?
How old are they now?
Then they were. Oh, Christ, I've seen them naked since they were a baby, right up to I don't know 9 or 10. So when they were 10,
And they
let's
were
see,
10.
Darren was 11. Leanne was 10. Amanda was 8 or 9. But that's when I used to have them all the time. I used to have them. I used to watch them like 80% of the time because the mother had depression
I found
and my
Lorne.
brother was back here.
Look,
So it's like I'm the only one that ever did anything
that's
with them.
him. He's
Mhm.
small.
So, but the girls had their own. I had a 2 bedroom apartment. I had
Oh,
my bedroom.
you know what? I think that would be like the best. Wait, do you reckon that would be a punishment for him? Like he says that he gets sick when he's in the class, right? But like I don't think he does. I think he just said like because pardon me, that's a response that he wants to have when he hears these stories. But I think he just either jealous that the other guys got there a little bit sooner than he did, or Mr. Penis, you know, gets up.
And the girls had their bedroom, and Darren slept on the couch. But that was the last time I ever seen a kid naked
It was the last time.
Why were they
I don't believe
naked?
that.
because they take a shower.
Oh God. Oh
Because
God.
I
Oh.
take them to the pool. I take them to the pool
Yeah,
too.
right. Again, and that's the thing, sad face. It's like like you see babies like like wearing the birthday suit and no one gives a shit. Like it's like, oh yeah, whatever. And then like it's not even meant to be a weird thing, right? It's an innocent thing. It just takes one fuckwit to make it creepy and weird. Just one. Anyway, he abuses his beanie babies. The girls got treated like royalty and Darren had to sleep on the couch. Right, yeah. And remember with Lorne, like people like Lorne, everything's an exchange. Yeah? You think about that for a second. Everything's an exchange. Everything has a any nicety that he provides, he expects repayment immediately of something of equal or greater value. So if he's, treating his nieces like absolute royalty, what does he want? I don't think he ever would have gone out of his way to actually like, have tactile contact to say the least. But I think there was he wanted to be closer to them, uh, get them to let him into their lives a bit more and watch them for various activities.
They'd come back and take a shower after they get in the pool.
Yeah, I reckon. What is it they say? Like for every one victim there's like another 10 unknown, or like maybe not that much, but like a substantial number. Like for every one there's another five or 10. So. But I suppose if you think about it in another way, like, would you call that 17-year-old girl who Lorne essentially solicited in Walmart to do some work for him on his computer? Yeah, she wouldn't be a victim. No, I don't want to water it down. I don't want to water that word down too much. But I mean, she is definitely a target for him, his demographic, his ideal group.
And then they have to take a shower in the mornings.
Oh God, what a year to start
And
listening to Lorne
you
talk
had to
about
like bathe them or
kids.
something.
God.
No, I didn't bathe them.
Oh man.
They bathed themselves.
Then why you're making it
The,
harder
the,
for you,
the
dude.
girls were,
Like,
well, the girls and Darren, when they were really little, they'd take baths.
oh
They
my
want
God.
they didn't want to take showers. They wanted to take baths.
Hi, San Diego.
So Laura always told me let them take a bath instead of a shower.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait. Sorry, I didn't mean to say. Like, I was reading the chat. My bad. Yeah, no. You feel like the abuse is a lot of abuse in the family by the way Roy spoke. Of course, of course. Like it's just dripping with it. The whole family's fucked. I'm so glad that like Casey called out Mama Gwen being a crap as parent. Like he finally heard it. I'm like,
Until I don't know, until they were probably, well, Darren was probably around 8 when he started taking a shower, started wanting to take a shower. Then after he did, Leanne and Amanda started wanting to take a shower. That made me a
this
little
is so
nervous
this is
because
so bad.
didn't have anything sticking to the bottom of the tub to make sure they
I
didn't
mean,
fall.
boredom.
So I
Oh.
had to go out and get some of that stuff. I had to go out and get some. Oh, there's some little flowers and ducks and stuff that I put on the adhesive things to make sure they didn't fall in the shower.
Mhm.
I was overprotective of them. I was
Mhm.
very much overprotective of them. If they go out and play on the playground. Well, when I lived with Paul and Laura at their apartment, the playground was right outside of the apartment, and we lived on the second floor. We had a balcony out there. Well, the kids wanted to go out there and play, and then there'd wind up being all kinds of kids out there. Well, say all kinds. There's probably actually maybe 10 kids out there. But Darren, Lee, and Amanda were out there. If they'd go out there and play, I'd go sit on the patio, sit there and watch them to make sure nothing happened to them.
He was overprotective, guys. He watched them the entire fucking time. What a. Oh my God.
All the time naked.
Oh,
You know,
whoa. Hang on. Let's rewind it back for a
sit there and watch him
This is the next call,
make
by the
sure
way.
nothing happened to him.
And
And I
they would
didn't.
just run around
Yeah,
the house
watched closely.
naked.
No, no.
And how do you see
I
him
don't know how you.
naked?
Well, Casey, put two and two together, girl. He obviously had to go in there and install a grippy thing, the floor mat, the shower mat. Like, of course he'd do that, while they were in various states of undress to do it because he's overprotective, you see. He don't want that slippery slip. But of course, when that Darren, it's, oh, you're a boy, you can grip it, you can hold on to the handrails. Just you'll be fine. It's the girls that need to be looked at.
Because they take showers.
Oh my God, it's 5 minutes away from
They run out of the house,
2023.
run out of the bathroom.
Do you not have like a curtain?
Oh, there was a curtain in there, but I weren't back there watching them. I weren't watching the door.
Watching.
I was up in the
God.
kitchen doing stuff or in the living room doing stuff.
Oh, okay.
They would just run out on their own.
Well, that's what I asked.
No, oh yeah, but they weren't running around the house all the time naked.
Yeah,
They just
if there
ran
was a
out.
reason to, yeah.
Well,
Like, of course he'd let them buy short shorts. Like anything. It was like that's the yeah. Like as I said, like with these new calls, I mean they are the New Testament, aren't they? Like this is the New Testament. And a whole lot of crap came out. And I have to say, I mean, I made a comment about that a few times. Actually, I made this comment several times already when I thought I heard the worst. He just, whenever I think he hits rock bottom, he just keeps digging. And yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Pudding, Oreo, Oreo pudding. That's a very good point. He remembers those details meticulously. Without question. Can't remember the plethora of abusive messages. He remembers. He fucking. Or basically, this is what really gets me, right? Considering how much Lorne relies on lying to get through life, how can he forget his lies versus how well he remembers those details of when he got to see his nieces, in various states of undress? Why is that? Can someone explain to me?
that's what it sounded
They
like.
got off Lorne the most? Yeah,
It's like,
probably.
why would
Yeah.
they run around the house naked?
But you think if because considering how much he knows he's lying, it's like, well, why aren't you more reliant? What? 4 minutes? Okay. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay. It's my dad.
Yeah,
2 minutes.
I was very much overprotective
2 minutes, you guys.
across the road.
I'm gonna have to run in
Overprotective
and
how?
say Happy Christmas.
Huh?
How were you overprotective?
I just constantly watched them.
Oh my God, I gotta get a timer
Just
on, y'all.
constantly made sure
I
that
gotta get a timer on.
that
I don't
nothing
I'm
know.
was
so excited.
happening.
Take a deep
No,
breath.
Leanne really
How
didn't pay attention
how do I get a
to what was
timer?
going on around her, and so she really,
Fuck.
I really had to watch after her.
I bet.
But it's like even the other two were also Darren and Amanda too. It's like they get transfixed on what was going on.
Starting to get quiet.
Huh?
Y'all.
I can't hear you.
I'm gonna have to count the hard way with my hands.
Well, I've got the phone outside.
Sound far away.
Oh my God. Okay. One.
Okay, how about now?
I don't know. Keep talking.
Okay, they get trimmed. It's like Darren, if he'd have something in a toy or something in his hand, he'd get transfixed on it. So it's like he'd have that, and he'd only be concentrating on that, and nothing else that was going on around him.
But wasn't he
And
like
Leanne
9?
was huh?
You said he was like 9 or 10?
Yeah, Darren was like 11. Well,
42.
Yeah.
all of them.
Don't
Oh,
play with
Christ,
toys
when I
all the
first,
time.
yeah, when I first got out to Washington State, Darren was
50, 51. Okay, so, okay.
shit. He was
10,
six, I
9,
think.
8,
Mhm.
7,
And
6, 5.
he
Oh,
just
Happy
didn't
New
seem
Year!
to
Okay,
the whole
okay,
time.
hang on. Happy New
The
Year,
way he
guys. Okay, I'll be
was,
right back.
completely. He didn't even hear it, what you say. If you talk to him, he wouldn't even hear you. He'd be so transfixed on what he had in his hand or what he was doing, and didn't hear anything. You'd have to say his name 3, 4 different times, and sometimes even grab a hold of his arm to say, "Hey, can you hear me?" Then he'd come out of his trance, and he only half paid attention to what you were saying. And Leanne was the same way, and Amanda was she somewhat had more of attention span, but she
Mhm.
was somewhat more alert. But Darren and Leanne were just completely got involved in whatever they were doing. And it was like crossing. It always made me so nervous with them crossing the road. I'd take them bowling. I'd take them to the movies. I'd take them to go karts and to ocean shores, ride horses and stuff like that. And the worst time I had ever had with them was always crossing the road. I hated crossing the road
Hey,
with them.
guys. I really off brand, or actually on brand, in fact, because considering how crazy I am as of late. But I want to say Happy New Year to everyone. Dad says I can't be on the internet anymore, so I have to go out there and drink some wine with him. So I will see you really quick. Actually, I might. You know how it goes. I may or may not stream tomorrow. We'll see. But I want to continue this. I'm going to actually bookmark this and then we'll continue. I'm so sorry for such a short one. I just want to say hi. It's been too long. All right, guys. Happy New Year. I can't believe I was the first one to get it out of everybody in the world. It's very exciting. See ya.